In the interest of Ellie child, everybody that's going to testify, please raise your hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay. I have a weird shadow on my face this morning, but that's okay. I read in the reports that William got moved. Yay! To Texas. I know he's far away from Kerrville, but hey, it's closer than he was in Arkansas. So we got that going for us. And he's not in an out-of-state facility. He's in Fort Bend County. That's where my kids live. So I like that. So if y'all are over there, and maybe we could go visit him sometime, or because I go there occasionally. I wasn't sent. Amy Harding sent me the reports. Thank you, Amy. And so I didn't have them printed out, but I was reading them online, and so I couldn't compare A to B, the same time. Somebody named A. Chaplin, I think that's another case, and it looked like the meds that CPS had written down were different than the meds that CASA had written down. So I want to make sure that everybody's on the same page about the meds. But it sounded, looked like William had some incident write-ups before he left. Kind of serious to me. So I hope that y'all have talked to him about cutting out the fighting and all that, because he's in Fort Bend County, where you can get in a lot of trouble if you do dumb things. I was happy to hear that there's possibly an adoptive family, so I want to hear a little bit more about that. Hope Grandpa's keeping in touch. Miss Fuller's not here, so she can't keep us up to date on mom's child support. But that's what I have. So Miss Thompson, if you want to begin going over some of those issues and everything else, you may begin, please.
Okay. Your Honor, Miss Lawrence was supposed to appear to testify. She's the adoption specialist in this case.
In and out. I just I don't think I swore. Did I swear? It's early. I haven't gotten my act together yet. Let me go on and swear everybody in. Okay, everybody's going to testify. Please raise your hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, thank you. Okay, Ms. Thompson, you may begin.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Lawrence, what is your current employment?
I am the specialist for William Kelly, his current caseworker.
Okay. And where is William Kelly currently placed?
He is placed in Houston.
We don't need to go through all that stuff. I know all that. Let's just go over the stuff I covered and other important things in the report. We don't need all that basic stuff.
Okay. Ms. Lawrence, as with respect, is there a potential adoptive family for William Kelly?
Yes, ma'am.
And who is the potential prospective adoptive family?
It is a single father named Brian Hennig.
Okay. And is William scheduled to have his initial visit with Mr. Hennig?
Yes, he is.
Okay. And when is that initial visit scheduled?
Saturday this weekend, the 30th.
And are there any barriers to achieving the permanency goal of unrelated adoption at this time?
There is a barrier. The barrier is that we do not have termination orders yet for Mr. Kelly, so we cannot move forward with this placement specifically because they're only licensed to do straight adopt. They're not licensed to do foster adopt. So we have to move him in with the adoption pretty much ready to go with the subsidy negotiation. And we can't do the subsidy negotiation without the termination orders.
And has Belong requested the Heist and case file redaction?
Yes.
And has it been received by Belong?
Yes.
And how is William doing in individual therapy with Teresa Harris?
He's doing well.
And are there any concerns regarding William Kelly at this time?
No, this new placement has been amazing for him. It's the longest time he's gone with no incidents in a while, so we're very proud of him.
And has William started school? Or
yes.
Okay, and what school is he enrolled in?
It's Travis High School.
Okay. And is he receiving special education accommodation at Travis High School?
He is actually in all regular classes at this time.
Okay. I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Let's see, no attorneys here. Miss Lawrence, why is he in regular classes?
They have a transfer ARD that needs to be scheduled, and I think the school has 30 days to schedule that when, at the beginning of the school year.
Okay, how is he doing in those regular classes?
He's doing really well. He reports that he's making friends. He enjoys the vending machines that are nearby. He's been very talkative about the school.
I'm a little concerned about vending machines with him being pre-diabetic. Let me look, what's his weight? I can look on the report, but.
It's 148 now, and he's doing much better. His levels are back down. He's all good.
Well, 148 isn't bad.
And Judge, it was before Kara was on the case, but the new information came out. They think some of his medication was causing the pre-diabetic, not his weight and exercise levels.
Okay, good. Good. Okay, hold on. I'm writing down some of these meds. Okay, and just so everybody knows, the order's not signed because Miss Jamie and I have been sending it back and forth. I think this is the third draft I've looked at. I don't like the way they did the child support. If y'all remember, there's current child support, there's past due child support, and there's also remember all that money that the mom got that y'all might not remember. I don't know if y'all were on the case then. Mom got a bunch of money, I think, from the government and did not forward it to Long or to anybody. Like $3,772. And I ordered her to pay that back. And it needs to be in 3 separate sections so the Attorney General's office doesn't screw it up. when and if there's an enforcement, because I hope it is an enforcement action against her, because I bet she's not paying child support now, that even though it's $75 a month. But anyway, that's what the problem is, and we've been going back and forth on that one. Somebody in the waiting room is SCHOEK2. I don't know who that is, but that play by the rules and put their full name in, unless anybody knows who that is. So anyway, that's the deal with the order. Miss Lawrence, how did this Brian gentleman, how'd y'all find him?
Before I was on the case, he was given a Wendy's Wonderful Kids recruiter, as well as put on TARE, and the recruiter for TARE is Daniela Esparza, and I believe she found the family.
Good. Where does the gentleman live? What
He
age?
lives in Dallas.
Where?
In Dallas.
In Dallas, okay. Now I looked on, I think it was y'all's report, and William had some pretty serious, to me, they were serious incident reports before he was moved. Did you discuss with him that we're not gonna put up with that? That if he does that in Fort Bend County, he could go to jail, et cetera, et cetera?
I didn't discuss it with him personally. I did not do his placement, but he has been made aware that obviously he's getting older. These incidents can get more serious. He could accrue time. So I'm not sure if he's able to really comprehend that, but he hasn't had a single incident since he's been back in Texas. So it's been huge. The staff reports that he is so kind, so respectful. He's doing his chores. He's earning his allowance. He's having normal peer interactions.
Hey, how many boys are at the place he's at?
I think there's just 4 right now.
Oh, that's good. But it's an RTC?
Yes.
Well, that's okay. But is it in a home environment?
Yes.
Okay. I think I've had somebody there before. Can you explain to me why your med list is totally different than the CASA med list?
I have not seen the CASA med list, so I'm not sure.
I mean, there's not one medicine on the reports that matches.
Let me pull up my report here.
And they're all pretty serious meds.
Is it maybe because of the generic name versus the brand name?
I don't know. Well, your report says Dr. Thorpe, but I believe Costa's report said he had a med review with Dr. Sargent.
Okay.
And your last med review was 8/11/25, according to the report.
Mhm.
Let me see what Costa said. I thought they said Dr. Sargent. Maybe I made that up, but I don't think so, because I don't have anybody else.
No, Judge, I'm looking at the report, say Dr. Sargent. I'm looking at the most recent medication log that we received from August 11th. It is Dr. Sargent through his PA, Christine. Lacosamide, 100 milligrams, 1 tab, 2 times daily. Glufontathine.
Right, I saw it. Right.
Is that everything that we have on our report?
Yeah, y'all got it. But if y'all will compare, I don't know, generic name versus real name. I mean, I don't have a clue, but I mean, not one of those is matching.
Yeah, Abilify, Cognitin, Depakote, and Intuitive are the other names.
And those are the
drugs.
ones that I have on my report. I have his initial prescribing doctor is Dr. Thorpe. I don't have the doctor who did the review on the court report. It says the prescribing professional, so that's why I put Dr. Thorpe.
Okay. And Goldie, what do y'all have? Y'all have more updated information?
I'm looking at the medication log that was sent to us by the placement. The psychiatrist who did the medication review, I don't know that he is the prescribing doctor, but he does have some notes like we put in our report about the concern with one of the medications being used, that he's gonna consult his handbook to figure out. But I do believe that the medications are the same, that she listed the main name and we have the generic name listed.
Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, they had clonidine and something on there twice. Maybe it wasn't the same thing, but okay. Y'all think can y'all verify that for me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Email everybody, including me, because I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. And I just want to make sure. When is his next med review, Miss Lawrence?
Since he just had one on the 11th, probably not
Okay.
in a while, maybe next month or the month after.
When you talk to him, does he report he's happy with his meds? Does he feel zombied, or what does he say?
No, the medication is doing well with him. He does say that he does struggle with ADHD a lot. So for him to be on something that can help him focus, as many of these medications do with his stability, he reports like no side effects and he's doing really well.
Okay.
He does have an issue with sleeping in class. He's reported to CASA several times, and we were concerned prior that was because of the medication.
Yeah, that's important. I mean, I can understand. Okay, well, y'all, once y'all stay on top of that. Okay, Miss Lawrence, thank you. Okay, let's see. Any more witnesses, Miss Thompson?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Jenkins, I've obviously read your report. What do you think about everything?
I think that he's definitely doing better in his new placement. He seems a lot happier. There's, like Miss Lawrence said, like Goldie said, there's a lot fewer kids there. He's one of 4. He's got his own room. He has his own space. He's got more time to pursue the activities in which he's interested. He seems to interact well with the staff there. I visited him the week before he was going to start school. He was very excited about going to school. He's also excited about meeting prospective adoption, Mr. Hennig, which is going to happen this weekend. And he also has a visit scheduled with his grandfather for later in September. So he's pretty excited about that. He's growing a lot. He's a big kid. He's 5'10", 5'11" now. I think he's getting more physical activity. He has more time to devote to that, as well as being involved in activities at school. Obviously, his behavior has improved. I did discuss with him when I was there earlier this month. I tried to impress upon him the importance of good behavior in school, especially in a new environment like that. And I think he understood that. I asked about his medications while he was there. I didn't have access to see the meds that he was currently being given, but he had told me that his medication regimen had not changed since he had arrived at the placement. But he said that he was responding well to that. So as far everything that I've seen, obviously he's doing pretty good there. And of course, he is much more accessible being in Fort Bend County.
Right. You liked the facility, all that?
The facility was nice. It's in a I mean, it's a home in a residential neighborhood. It's a single family home that they've divided up. Like everyone has their own bedroom. They've got, obviously the staff is on site, but it's in a entirely residential area. So.
Do you know the neighborhood it's in?
No, ma'am, I don't. I couldn't tell you the name of the neighborhood off the top of my head. It's out there, just very close to the county line with Fort Bend and Harris County on the far east side of Fort Bend County.
Is it on the north or the south side of 59?
It's on this, I believe it's on the south side.
Okay. Nice.
It's out by like the A-Leaf Clothing out there.
Right. Is it nice neighborhood?
It is. It's a very nice neighborhood. It's a newer neighborhood. There's a lot of families in the neighborhood, a lot of kids out playing, a lot of folks out there. I was there on a Saturday, and so there were a lot of families out there doing family activities. So it's a very active neighborhood, but it's also very close to the main roads. So I don't know exactly his. At the time, the placement wasn't sure which school he'd be going to, so I didn't know exactly about his transportation, if he was riding the bus, they were taking him, how he was getting there. Yeah, it's a nice neighborhood.
Okay. Hold on, I just texted Ms. Fowler.
And Judge, CASA was trying to get the special contract between Belong and Mill Creek before William left, and we were told that we needed a court order to have that special contract. Stephanie is asking me to ask for that court order so that we can see what those contracts look like.
Okay. Goldie, exactly what do you want me to say? Let's see.
The special contract between Belong and Mill Creek in Arkansas. Mill Creek Behavioral, let me give you the full name here. Mill Creek of Arkansas Behavioral Health.
Okay, hold on.
I'm sorry.
Mill Creek Behavioral of Arkansas.
It's Mill Creek of Arkansas Behavioral Health.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Mill Creek of Arkansas Behavioral Health. Okay. CPS belong to provide special contract with Mill Creek of Arkansas Behavioral Health. And who's the other party, Goldie?
Just the two, just between Belong and the placement.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
And Judge, one more thing about his new placement that I think is pretty relevant is they try to treat them like they are a family. They actually have an allowance, and that has made William really try to behave better there, and he's really happy with that. He was showing everybody his $5 bill on Tuesday when we had a meeting. And he's really proud of that, and he's proud of what he's been able to do there to earn his allowance.
I wondered how he was getting money to be using the vending machine. Those aren't cheap anymore. I did them at the hospital, like a Coke was like $3. It's like, oh my God. So yeah, well, good. Yeah, no, I was, other than the meds being a little weird, being off, I was very, very happy to hear everything. Miss Harris, sorry, Miss Fuller didn't let me know you were filling in for her until I just texted her and asked where she was. Anything, we've already gone through Belong and CASA's pretty much. Anything you'd like to add?
No, she just says that he is doing really good, and she's looking forward to his first visit with his potential adoptive parents.
Well, yeah, that's a meeting this weekend. Okay, Mr. Jenkins, we're happy. Anything else as CASA you would like to add?
No, Your Honor, I don't have anything at this time.
Okay. Okay, Belong, anything else y'all need?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say everything continue. Belong is to provide the special contract between Mill Creek of Arkansas Behavioral Health and Belong to the court. And I'm gonna say the full contract, not bits and pieces, to the court, and the deadline is by 9/15/25. Our next hearing will be 10/23/25 at 9 a.m. on Zoom. Tell William I'm real proud of him. I hope the visit this weekend goes well. Fingers, toes, everything crossed. Where's is Mr. Brian coming down to Houston area, or are y'all taking him up there?
Mr. Brian is coming down.
Okay. Well, why don't you email us afterwards and let us know how it goes?
Yes, ma'am.
And I was happy to hear from Casa that Grandpa is got a visit planned with Grandpa. Miss Harris, do you happen to know if Mom's paid Miss Fuller any of her child support?
I don't know for certain, but last I spoke to her, no.
I was just asking. I wasn't thinking it had happened, but I was hoping. Y'all, so once we get the order signed, somebody need to think about getting her on some kind of radar for enforcement. Just say, I think. I mean,
I will bring that up with Miss Fuller. I know that has been very much something that's bothered her about this case from the very beginning.
right. And tell her that I said there's no, I think Belong was talking about there's barriers because the order's not signed. The order's not signed because I haven't liked the way the order's done, I think 3 times, because I need child support set out in current, past due, and the past money that's owed. So over the weekend or recently or sometime, I sent it back. Jamie has it, or it's supposed to come back to my office. It'll get back for some more revisions. Because you know, we need to have it real specific for enforcement purposes. I don't want her to try to squirrel out of any of the financial obligations.
Okay, and you were saying you wanted to make sure that it had current, past due, and what was the other one?
Oh, and I'm working. I mean, I got it.
Oh, okay.
And there's some things that have never been that were on the docket sheets that were circled, just other random things that were never put in the order either. But I mean, I'm really being very, very, very particular about the child support language, because there's 500 something in arrears, $3,772, and I think it was past due benefits or support or something she was getting for William that didn't forward. And then there's the current child support that I bet she hadn't paid since it began. It was only $75 a month. So, I mean, y'all understand how I want specificity on, you know, the reasons I want that specificity. I mean, it's a confusing order on just a good day with all the money that's owed, but I want it set out. In case we get run over by a bus or something, somebody's there to understand what we did at the final hearing. Okay.
I'll make sure it stays on our radar.
Okay, well, I hope Miss Fuller feels better. Yeah, this was the best news I'd heard in a long time. Y'all please remind him, do be careful. Fort Bend County, I know they have, they do. My son-in-law teaches at a high school in Fort Bend County near Travis, and my kids, they all live there. So I know that they don't put up with much down there. I mean, it's a big town, but you know, if you act like a knucklehead, you're probably going to go to juvie. So remind him of that. And I'm not going to have any pity party, because I don't like misbehaving and fighting. I don't like that.
Well, Judge, there's actually good news from the current placement about that, because we asked him about that on Tuesday. At his previous placement, he was getting picked on a lot and he was retaliating. So I asked him about that, and they said that when he's picked on by the one kid there that picks on him, the rest they get along with him, that he allows staff to redirect. And they actually tagged on him for that. So, I mean, we were a little shocked because the big change, but it doesn't surprise me because when he's with us, he usually behaves like that. So there's a little less fear of that.
Well, it sounds like we've maybe learned some things through some counseling. That's good. So we're happy about that. Yeah. And, doesn't surprise, I'm sure it doesn't surprise y'all, sure doesn't surprise me about that at Mill Creek, one of our most unfavorite places. Another reason we wanted him out of there. So, I mean, it was just a bad, what's the word? Secluded in the right word, but no, what do you call it? No, what are they going to do? To me, it was like jail, but now he's in a real life, real world, living the real world, and it's fabulous. Good luck. Thank y'all for finding a good placement. That's really, really good. Okay, does anybody need any other orders today? Okay, well, we'll be back in a little bit less than 2 months to keep up with William at 9 o'clock on the 23rd of October. Okay, thank y'all. Good reports. Y'all are excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
In the interest of the Cacmanola's child, everybody's going to testify. Please raise your hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes. Okay, Hades is doing good with grandma, rocking along. I don't understand why she's not eligible for any adoption funds. That's my main question. So that's what I wanted to, I think y'all have answered that for me before, but I can't remember, but I want to know the answer to that question.
Hades is Caucasian and under the age of 6. And he has no handicapping conditions.
What have you been told, Miss Harris?
Exactly that.
I thought it was like 2 or 3 or something.
2 or older, if they are minority, will qualify. And he is not a minority. And I did go back and check parents to see if either one of them was marked minority, and grandparents, and none of them were.
So she doesn't get money to do an adoption. She didn't get a dime.
No, ma'am. We always recommend that they contact one of the attorneys and request pro bono. Some of them will do pro bono work, which is just the filing fees.
Well, no, it's more than the filing fees. It's lawyer fees and et cetera, et cetera. So, I want to think that I've had some Caucasian kids adopted before, and I don't think I've ever heard that.
He does not have any identified handicapping conditions. And he's not joining a sibling or being adopted with a group of siblings, with another sibling.
What if she has a CPA?
That would not matter.
What if she wasn't family?
That would not matter.
There's a lot of things that are really just messed up about this whole system, and that's one of them. Okay, Miss Early, what do you need today?
Judge, I don't think we need anything. I think we're just trying to, get this moved along. And I know I've seen the emails between Vicky and Jennifer, and I, at some point, if I need to weigh in or help with anything, Miss Harris, you let me know, but it looks like, while we may not like the responses we're getting, and the way it works, which I can't disagree. I see that Vicky's responding to you and the department is, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Judge, I do need something because I am willing to help Miss Chaplin out with the adoption. I have got all of the paperwork ready for her for fill in the blanks and all that kind of stuff, but I need documents from the department. I need birth certificate. I need the HESIG or the waiver. I need the home study. I started asking on the 18th that I guess the adoption worker has been, I thought she was supposed to be back on the 26th, but my email yesterday, I got another one saying she won't be back till the 2nd. I don't know who's filling in for her while she's gone, but I don't think the family should have to wait. We need to get this done.
Who is there?
Miss Hand is the adoption
I don't
worker.
really care. She has a supervisor. Miss
Yeah,
Brown.
so I did respond last night that I would send over the termination order and I will send the birth certificate, the home study, the background checks, those all come from the CPA. Those do not come from us. I'm
don't
not
have a
sure.
copy. You don't have a copy of the original home study? I've got the adoptive home study. I need the original home study.
Are you talking about the kinship home assessment?
Yes.
Okay, I can send you that.
Okay.
And Miss Harris,
And at this point, I do not believe that subsidy has not been submitted yet. So we still have to go through the steps to submit for subsidy. Because in the future, if anything comes up and a fair hearing is needed, all of that documentation has to be sent over. And I do know that that has not been submitted yet.
And I guess, Judge, that's what's frustrating, because this termination was in January. I don't think this was even transferred to adoptions until July. Ms. Chaplin cannot move on with making plans for her future, because a lot of the stuff she needs to apply for needs to involve, you know, her being able to show that she's the adoptive parent of a 2-year-old. So I know I sound upset. I'm not upset with Ms. Browder. I'm upset with the overall system. We've got to get this moving.
Miss Harris, who was Miss Chaplin's CPA?
If you will let me know, I will give me 1 second and I will tell you.
And Miss Harris, I don't know the answer to this question.
Angel Hart.
Angel Hart.
And we need that subsidy request submitted, because I think that she may, while I'm upset that he doesn't qualify, you know, now, I understand, we're not going to change the system with one case, but based on the mental health history of the parents, I imagine that may be something that needs to be addressed in the future, and Ms. Chaplin might have to go back to reapply for those subsidies and
Right.
likely get them.
Yes,
Right.
and that's exactly why we go ahead and we submit it, just in case in the future something comes up.
Miss Harris, I don't know, because I don't file adoptions, but do y'all, when adoptions are filed, do y'all have to pay filing fees?
We do, but what I will do is I will try to help them file a waiver, affidavit of inability to pay costs.
Okay, I was gonna say, if you need a court order for that, just to cover everybody, I'm happy to approve that.
Okay.
I'll just put it on the docket sheet, because this is ridiculous. Miss, you need anything else?
No, but we will be reaching out to you about an in-person adoption day.
Okay,
Got a whole lot of family from all over that wants to come and support them for this.
okay. I don't know what the status of the courthouse construction is and across the street, but I don't know if anybody's real tied into Blanco County. We can do it in another county, but we'll talk about that and we'll check.
And Judge, we're still out of the courthouse for another year. But the courtroom, we can work around district court and use the district courtroom. So if you need some assistance with that, just send me an email.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you'll want to come to the adoption too. So
Of course.
Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah, Miss Harris, when you just include Miss Early when we're sending emails about discussing dates and stuff. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Okay, CASA, Miss Gilson, I'm sure you agree with everything we said.
Oh, yes, I agree with everything. The only thing I want to mention is I believe Ms. Chaplin was concerned about continued daycare, whether the department was still continuing to pay for that or where we were with that. And I don't know that answer.
Miss Browder?
I did communicate with Miss Chaplin this morning. The caseworker should have applied for daycare. She has not at this point. Ms. Chaplin did say that she had submitted all of the documents. She had mailed them to her. We are not in the same office, so I have to email the other office and see if there's someone there that can check and send everything to me so that we can get it submitted.
This is ridiculous.
So in that case, Your Honor, if I'm assuming they're sending off to be able to get the state or the federal funds to be able to pay for the daycare. If there's any delay or it's not approved, I would be asked that the department be ordered to pay directly for it.
I got it. I mean, you know, we've had this child in care for a long time. I don't know why delay, you know, right hand, left hand. Sounds like that people don't know what's going on. I don't know what this hand, if it's mishand or, you know, the late pass off. I don't know what it is. Miss Gilson, anything else?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to put CPS is to provide all needed adoption records to Miss Harris by 9. CPS and Angel Heart are to provide all needed adoption records to Miss Harris by 9/15/25. The subsidy request to be submitted by 9/15/25 also. Next hearing is 10/23/25 at 9:30. Inability to pay filing fees for adoption is approved by the court. No filing fees are required. Filing fees are waived. CPS is to provide childcare by 9/4/25. CPS is to pay all fees for childcare if any are incurred by placement, paid within 30 days of submission, including reimbursement to placement. So, Ms. Chaplin, keep record of all that. Let Ms. Harris know. Let Ms. Gilson know if you're not paid. I mean, I don't think they'll pay you back within 30 days, maybe 40, but I mean, I'm at least going to put something in the order because this is, it's crazy. Okay. Okay. Well, anybody need anything else? Glad our little man's doing well. And we look forward to getting this over with. And Ms. Harris will, once you get all the paperwork, we can definitely find you a date. I'm just going to say adoption day is in November. That might be a better plan. It's November 8th. I don't know if we can get all this done by then, but that would be super fun for him and for the family. It's a Saturday in Burnett, superhero theme. They get a lot of cool presents and gifts and stuff when you do it on adoption day. Just saying, put it in your inbox. And Miss Harris, if you can't come, we can do you via Zoom.
You know, I would make it happen.
Okay.
Any chance I get to spend with him, yeah, I will make it happen. He is a blast to be around, Judge.
Good. Well, anyway, that's a possibility too. I mean, people are gonna have to get on it quick, but I know when we have adoption day kind of looming over our head, the wheels start a rolling. So, okay. Well, thank y'all. Glad he's doing well. Y'all are excused. Thank you. In the interest of Eiland child, everybody's going to testify. Please raise your hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, well, little man is on a monitor return to the parents. I think they've moved to their own place, according to, I think, one of the reports. I ordered some tests. I don't know if the results are back yet. CPS wants to close the case. Don't think CASA wants to. Don't think that's going to happen yet. But anyway, parents are doing well. Everybody's doing well. So, Miss Early, you may begin.
Judge, the only, I guess, development since court report was filed is that we have not completed the nail test, not hair test, but the nail test yet. By the time the department received the e-filed order and attempted to schedule, I believe Mr. Eiland has difficulty taking off during the week. And so I think the department is trying to get that scheduled for Saturday. But it will take at least a week to get those nail test results back. Okay. That's usually our experience. So once we receive those results, we will circulate the results. And I know the department is interested in closing the case as long as those results are negative.
Yeah, and I don't know how I'd be willing to do that. I'm gonna have to watch. I'm gonna have to think about it. Okay. I'd like Miss Early, I'd like to hear from the parenting coaches and hear how things are going.
Okay.
Hello. I'm the parent coach for the Eiland, and I went, I guess, about 2 weeks ago, and I only go about every 3 weeks. And every time that I've gone, I haven't had any concerns. They are either, but last time they were both together. They moved into their little place. It's, it's very modest. They've got some, most of the furniture. They were going to move the, get a table and the crib that was over there to put into the new place. They both are still working. Justin has his new job, and it's on the facility, the ranch that they're renting the home from. They both still seem, as in my opinion and my observations, they work well as a team. I know Lena was in the process of trying to get a different job through an allergist. And I haven't heard the latest of what that, if she got that job. It seemed to be a better job. I think a little more paying money, and she was still going to work at the restaurant on Fridays. But as far as my observation, they seem to be doing well. We talked about, if there's anything that's causing them stress or any reasons of concern, and they said no, they're busy, but things are going well. Jason was very, very happy, very mobile, moving around. Weston was there. He's a very happy kid, very respectful, engaged in conversation. They all, have a positive interactions together. So as far as what I'm observing, there's no concerns. We did talk about that. I suggested to Johanna to do a relapse prevention plan, because they did those in their SOPs, but not together as a couple. I think that's always a good plan. We, hope that doesn't ever have to be used, but I think it's important to do that in the event that something comes up. What are you going to do? Where are you going to go? How are you going to protect yourself and your children?
Oh, hold on just one second.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Go on.
It's okay. That's okay. So those were things that I was recommending and encouraging Johanna to meet with them, and I think she was supposed to send something preventative and just kind of moving forward when, if this case is closed and all things are still well, then those are the things that we were still talking about.
Okay. Sounds like y'all are happy with the way things are going, and just kind of need some time to watch progression and the test and all that. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else have any questions of Miss Mary? No. Okay. Miss Early, any more witnesses?
No, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Excuse me, Miss Wright, any witnesses?
No, Judge, I just had some questions about the drug testing, because my understanding is CPS was having trouble finding a facility that they contract with, because they're in that weird region over there.
Yeah.
So
I spoke, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I did speak to Region 8, and they gave me a list of 2 drug facilities that are within 50 miles or even closer, right there in Kerrville. And so we're just working to confirm which one would take them on Saturday.
okay.
So I do know that was a concern, and I had reached out to the regional person for Region 8 for substance use, and they do have a list of facilities near them.
They're ready to test, Judge. It just hasn't been set up for them. So.
Right. Okay. Okay. Mr. Phelps, anything?
Excuse me. I apologize. Mr. Eiland has obviously been doing well, according to all the reports. The drug testing issue, he said they had to go down to the medical center or medical drive down in San Antonio, which getting there from Kerrville was taking pretty much blows half a day at minimum. So, which explains why it's difficult to get it accomplished. But I think they've done extremely well, and I'd like to see this terminated as soon as possible.
Okay. Well, sounds like that the drug testing isn't like carved in stone yet, so we don't really know. Like where we're going to do it at.
That was one of the last tests that was done. I think he said they had to do one earlier this year. And I'd like to note that Mr. Eiland has also felt he learned a great deal out of the of drug counseling. It's got a bunch of initials I don't remember at the moment, but he's even volunteered to go back in and is also trying to work with helping other people that have had the same problem he had.
I bet they take him up on that one.
I think they have.
Okay, good. That's like a mentor or something like that. Yeah, that's yay. Okay, Miss White.
Good morning, Your Honor. I just echo pretty much everything that Mary has said. I went to the house just a couple of weeks ago, and very close to the flooding, but not in that flood zone. But you know, the only thing that I was concerned with was that they had not yet moved the crib over. So we may need to confirm that the baby's crib has been moved over to the house. And but just like Mary said, the baby is sweet. He's running around, you know, he looks right, developed correctly for age. He's progressing correctly. He loves his big brother, Weston, he just dotes on him and plays with him. And they have, you know, a barrier up at the door so the baby can't get in Weston's room and get into you know, his things. And it's a small house. It's old, but it's clean and it's safe. It looks like they have found a really good place to live, and a horse right outside the window that, you know, they can look at and pet and whatever. And I didn't see Justin on my last visit, so this big old beard, that's new. Longer than I remember seeing. And but I don't have any concerns at this point other than the baby making sure that he has his own bed.
Where, what town, or I know it's out in the country, but what town is the where they're living close to, Ms. White?
Kerrville. They're in
Okay.
Kerrville, yeah. Right off of the Bandera Highway.
Okay. Okay. I bet you're glad to have an easy case.
Yes, I am. This one is smiles.
Yes, yeah. Ms. White seems to sometimes get some complicated cases. She has another complicated case that Ms. Wright knows about, and it's always something new. I guess we'll see you in a couple of weeks on that one. Okay. Ms. Harris.
Your Honor, they're doing great. This is night and day from where they were. I think I'm also fine with it being closed when the drug test comes back or the nail test comes back. But I understand if the court wants to keep it open a little bit longer, just to show that longevity of supportive, clean lifestyle. But with that said, of where they're living, anything were to happen in the future, this may not come back across your desk, but it would come across mine. And I think they know that they will not be given as much grace on that one. So this is it. I think this is make it or break it for them. And so far they're showing that they're going to make it.
Well, if it comes across your desk again, I bet we know the judge. I bet he might let me have the case.
Yeah.
So he might be nicer than me or meaner than me. I don't know. You have more experience in that world than I do. So, okay. Well,
I will tell you, Judge, that they can vocalize the changes that they have made in their lives. They can explain what they're doing differently, how things are going to be different. And we don't often get that. So yeah. Instead of just assuming that they're smooth talkers, I'm gonna assume that this means that they've really done what they're supposed to.
And
Well,
Judge, I would just echo that they've been like the model parents because we got a rough start. But I mean, this has been an easy case because I mean, I haven't had to do much. There's been little issues here or there, but they've done really well. They've just complete, change in their lifestyle. So I'm really proud of them.
Well, and y'all ought to be glad that everybody's singing praises, and y'all better not make everybody have an egg on their face or they're going to get really mad at y'all.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's good. And believe it or not, we don't hear what Miss Harris and Miss Wright and Miss White and the parenting coach, Miss Mary, we really don't hear that very often. I mean, and I'm not just blowing smoke. I mean, honest, you could watch Zoom or come to courting time and you don't hear that. I mean, I don't remember hearing that recently, and I have a lot of cases. So, and a lot of area I cover. So that's good news. Okay, well, y'all are working, Ms. Foster's working on the drug test, trying to get all that set up. So that's kind of what we need to do. I'm gonna say the monitor return continue. I'm gonna cancel the 12/4 trial date, and I'm going to move the trial to our next permanency hearing date. It's 10/23/25. And maybe we can get out before then. I don't know. Maybe we need a hearing. I don't know. We'll just see what happens when we get the drug test back. We'll just play that one by ear. I have till September 1st to tell y'all you still have your service plan or your parental rights could be subject to termination. And I say September 1st because the legislature changed a whole bunch of things that go into effect September 1st. So that doesn't have anything to do with y'all. It's just legislative. Don't get me started on that rant. But anyway, I got 3 more days to say that. I don't know what I'm going to do, y'all. I've been saying that every hearing for 12 years, and but I also sometimes forget to swear people in, so maybe it'll just go over my head. But anyway, old dog, new trick. So anyway, y'all keep up the good work. Sounds like y'all got a great place out in the country, and that's wonderful for children. I'm glad y'all are safe from the flood. And I'm mentoring, yay, that's wonderful. I know that like Ms. Harris said, y'all are in Region 8, and it's not in a CPS area, it's in a privatization area. And don't get me or anybody else on the screen started on that either, but I know they can use all the help that they can get over in that neck of the woods. So keep up the good work, and I may or may not see y'all on 10/23.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I was in Kerr 2 weekends ago, and I drove by Mama Cita's and I drove by the boot barn, and I thought about y'all. But
well, I'm here now, so
I said, oh, I know somebody that works there. Oh, and we usually go eat at Mama Cita's, but our timing for eating lunch was off. And sometimes we go to Fredericksburg, but anyway, our timing for eating was off. But anyway, I'll think about y'all when I go by those places. I went to camp. I was a camper, so I still go to a lot of camp stuff over that. We don't want to be talking about camps, but I was a camper my whole life, so I go over there a lot. So y'all be good, and good luck with those kiddos. And if I don't see you, good luck. If I see you, good luck too. Okay. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.